Welcome, Terrell B. Moore. Got our Gemini singles now on the beach. I'm trying to let you see that on a shuffle. Couldn't get that close because there's already people out there. Well, now they've left for swimming. It is beach club, and the wind is pretty bad. I was messing with my mic. Y'all's with her family, getting some lunch ready. Everything's good. We're going to do our singles here for the second half of March. This is for our Gemini friends, Gemini single friends. And we call this the 4 pillars, which is the emotional, intellectual, sexual, and lifestyle compatibility. Okay. I'm going to try to find your person here. It's a really good reading. This is like with your single, wide open. If you have someone secretly in mind, listen to the today too. We'll be putting up the Gemini heart spread. If you're single, and you're in the right place. What we're going to do is try to describe your person, kind of what they're like, to the point where you can recognize them if you're out on a date with them. So we'll kind of pretend that if we're on a date together, Gemini, if you don't mind, and try to give you an idea what they're like. Some of this nowadays you might figure out over the miracle of the internet through texting and chatting or something. But I'm going to go ahead and think of an actual date as an exercise for this reading and try to get you an idea on your person. Now this is your person that the spirit wants for you. This is not your next ex-husband or ex-wife we're talking about here. Emotionally, wow, it's kind of different. Intellectually, it's a challenging reading for me. And sexually, Libra Mars comes to mind sexually. I always look at the astrology, so you know, it's a Libra card there. So, Gemini singles, bottom of decks, Queen of Wands. What do we got here? Your person emotionally. Wow. So I'm trying to think of how they're going to be when you're with them here. Let's see. I think they're going to appear strong emotionally, however that works. Definitely, they're not going to be someone you're going to have an impression that they're emotional, particularly, or certainly overly emotional. But I think there's an element here where they had to get strong because of childhood experiences. With the Page of Swords here, it comes to mind like they might have been in an environment where there wasn't a lot of boundaries, and they felt, sometimes people don't remember this even, but as a young child particularly, they may have felt a little vulnerable, not completely secure. There were maybe things said around them that were frightening to them. I just get the feeling there might have been a lot of people around. They grew up in a hippie household or some kind of unusual environment, or commune or something, and they had to get strong. And I think this is kind of about boundaries. Now remember, this is your person, so we're not going to read this. I mean, it's your person, so nobody's perfect, but the outcome of this would be someone who is probably emotionally stable and strong. I mean, probably it might have taken some work to get to this point, because there's a huge way to go from Page of Swords to strength here. So I would look for stories from them along those lines. And this person could be something that words really stick with them too. They may remember, this is something. We get them to talk. They're going to remember specific things that were said to them when they were little, and they may not even necessarily assign a real bad, I don't know. They may say to you, well, my dad always said that I was a stupid ass, and almost innocently, and that's like kind of what I'm saying. You might hear something like that, But they know now that they're not a stupid ass. They figured that out, and that may have taken a lot of work on their part. And then intellectually, with the Nine of Wands and the Moon, I get the feeling that you're going to talk to someone that they might speak too quick a lot and sort of get out of their depth, or they are quick to not necessarily anger, but rise to a debate, let's say, with an opinion. But then they're kind of fuzzy on the details of it. I'm describing myself here, I think. But Gemini, this would be someone like that. Like, you might see them kind of go, I don't know about that. And you're like, well, what do you mean you don't know? What about that? And then they it goes from being really strong, to whatever. Yeah, when you push them a little bit, they really got nothing, maybe. Or it's not as strong as they wanted. It could be that childhood thing. It's a little bit flip-flop here with the emotional thing, too. You know, they could be self-censoring. I think if you talk to them, if they're introspective, they might literally have a thought and in their own mind say that was dumb. That was to themselves, because that's what they heard probably in childhood. That was dumb. So, or more likely, they have a thought and then they think, well, that doesn't even make sense. They might inspire them for a minute, because 9 of Wands could be inspiration. And in the overall energy too, maybe they get a little tired. Like they might try for a minute to explain what it is that they're so passionately defending, and then after a while they sort of give up, and it's almost like it's wearisome to them somehow. You definitely see this in terms of conversations if you brought things up or just asked them their opinion on something, particularly if they find something they're in disagreement with something. I think that's what you're going to see here. And then sexually, this is again something that you normally don't see unless you have sex on the first date. You may not see them sitting across them at a table. But I would say this: they're not going to probably do sexual innuendos, because it's definitely some Libra energy here. And in terms of sex, they're going to have a balanced way about them, so that they're going to be, if not generous lover, then a thoughtful lover. You also have the 2 of Wands here. And you got these two of Justice here. This is a crazy thing. When they make love, they may think of someone else. I don't know how that would help. That would help you identify them. So maybe someone, when you make love to them, they may not want to hear a lot of talk, because they're busy in their heads, which is not exactly a Libra, Mars, but could be. And they may have a little bit, boy, I definitely see this in their chart. It'd be like a Libra Mars and like an Aries Venus, or Libra Mars and even a Sagittarius Venus more than anything. There's a part of them that's maybe out of their body, that's not connecting with the exact experience, but they're really turned on, you know. Really love to hear someone actually gets that far. And now, in terms of lifestyle, I don't know. It looks like there's someone, they're going to want a commitment. And a little bit like the 2 of Wands with the page, the Ace of Cups is similar. And a little bit, 3 of Cups, sometimes I think of Venus energy and Libra here. So they could want the commitment, but at the same time kind of want to also be kind of free, or emotionally feel free. That's a little bit what's going on sexually, and maybe the way they deal with this is sexually, or maybe not. But I see kind of a dichotomy a little bit sexually, like again the Venus and fire, and the uh, Libra type Mars energy, and then there's a sense to them that they want love and they want commitment, but on the other hand, they want to feel they don't want to feel. Boy, I hate to say this, like a Gemini Venus here or Gemini Mars energy, where you want to feel good, you don't want to feel bummed out, you want a commitment, you want to be in a relationship, but you don't want it to be heavy, and you don't want it to be Saturn and struggle and family and anything like that. You want to be fun. You want your life to be kind of fun. So, um, which could suit a Gemini. I mean, this might be someone very well, like they're going to want to go out. They're not going to want to sit at home. They're going to want to go out and do things, maybe a lot. Like, they may not want to sit at home any night and just watch Netflix. They might every night be wanting to go do something and visit friends and party, or whatever it is, which I think could suit your archetypical Gemini energy. But okay, thank you, Geminis. Let us know if you got on a date, find that to be true. All right.